as we start our new season today in the Premier League. There is one objective that we need to do, and that is win the Champions League this season, because that's the only trophy we haven't won apart from the Community Shield. But what about the Community Shield? The Border. But that's our objective this season if we can. We've won pretty much everything that there is to win with Chelsea and making them stand proud again. Welcome to our final season with Chelsea. Hello and welcome to episode 74 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. As I said in the introduction, this is our final season with Chelsea. In this particular save, a new save will come along behind it. I'm just getting the finer details of that sorted now. We will be ready to roll that as soon as this comes to its culmination. And we start the season today with 2 games for you, both of them in the Premier League. And see if we can start off in the right frame of mind to retain, first up, the Premier League title. Of course. Some things that have been going on. Obviously, we haven't played any matches since you were last with us, but we have some transfer news. We have brought in more transfers, having spent another 70 million all told, 78 million on a roundup. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall has come in from Leicester. He is a central midfield player. He's the 4th best on our books at the moment if you exclude Kai Havertz. Can play as an attacking midfielder, where he's the 3rd best. Can play in central midfield, where he's 4th best. Can also play as a defensive midfielder. And as I said, we were really looking for a central defender and a defensive midfield, but he can play, and he can play as a left wing back if a push, not his best, unconvincing, and also as a left midfielder, but likes to play up those central roles. He played 129 games for Leicester, scoring just 5 goals. Let's hope he can score more while he's here. Came from Blackpool, Luton, Leicester, has worked his way through those. Let's have a quick look. Actually, he was on loan. He's been at Leicester all the time, but he's been on loan at Luton. 39 games, 3 goals. Blackpool, 10 games, 4 goals. Last season in the Premier League, 31 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, a 6.83. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he improves. If not, we'll be moving him on at some point, no doubt. Right, I think that's pretty much all there is to tell you since you were last with us. Other than today's 2 games. Southampton is first up. As I said, we're going to try and trick-track through this season if we can, not hang about too much. Southampton, we've played 7 times, 6 of those in the Premier League, 1 time in the FA Cup, 5th round. We have beaten them 3 times, drawn with them 3 times, lost 1. So it's not one of those. We did beat them both games last season at St Mary's, where we are today. A 3-0 win there and a 1-0 win against them at Stamford Bridge earlier in the season, back in January when we played them at St Mary's. Our record at St Mary's is we've won 2 and drawn the other one by the looks of it. So we've never lost to them at St Mary's, but let's not make today the first, shall we? Right, can't show you anything to do with the table, of course, at the moment, because no match has been played. This is the first one. So first up then, Southampton. Let's have a look at the team. If I can get it to go back there, that would be good. Let's have a look at the team that will face Southampton at St Mary's. And this is the team that will face Southampton at St Mary's in this first Premier League game of the season. Maganan in goal, Cucurella, Garcia, Timber and James are our defensive line. Rice and Kante playing in that central midfield with Mount as the top of the midfield trio is what the word I was looking for. Rodrigo comes in on the left. Sterling plays on the right. Havertz leads the attack up front. On the bench, we have Konasechi, Fofana, Koulibaly, Chilwell, Fernandes, Kovacic, Barbosa, Dewsbury Hall, who has just come in, of course, and Matthias Tell. They make up the bench today. So as we endeavour to get our season off to a good start here at St Mary's, Marcelino is the manager at Southampton, and the team that they put up is a 4-4-2 today. Bazunu in goal, then Marmol, Linko, Bednarek, Walker Peters are the defensive line. Martial, Fornals, Bajrami and Livramento are the central midfield. And Che Adams and Odsonne Edouard up front as the attacking duo. Armstrong, Diallo, Johnson, Cabral, Mariano, Benarama, Gabia, Mara and Adozi are on the bench for this one. That's how we face up. Let's see if we can go and get a result. And this is how the teams look. First highlight, 14 minutes in, Southampton with a ball forward, and Maganan hits that one, doesn't head it, but he hits it a long way forward. And Southampton doing very well, but Garcia tidying up. Cucurella holds up, has Garcia there. Kante, back to Garcia. Rice, Timber, Kante. Southampton trying not to let us settle here. Garcia. Cucurella, Rodrigo looking for Kante. Kante lobs it forward to Havertz, crosses it in, and Sterling. Bajrami with the free kick, but it's headed clear to Timber. Mason Mount, Timber, Kante, James, Kante again, James and Kante, but looking for a way through, not finding it. Very patient build up as we were before, through to Havertz. Rice finds Sterling out wide. Sterling in, and it's headed off the line, I think. And no more highlights come in at half time. And we've done everything apart from put it in the back of the net, basically. 13 shots, 5 of them have been on target, 1.58, 56% of the possession. Southampton haven't had a shot. They've got none on target and only had 44% of the possession. What do you do? We just not put it in the back of the net. We need to find a way through in the second half. First highlight of the second half, just a minute in, and it's Southampton with a throw-in. It's gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. And no changes at half-time. And Sterling tracking back, wins that ball. Maganan fires one forward. Havertz heads it down for Rodrigo, but defended well by the midfielder. And they're sending one back in retaliation. Garcia, James, Sterling. We just need to up the tempo a little bit. Kante, Rice, Mount, Havertz finds Rodrigo out wide. He's got nobody out there. Cucurella comes in. Cucurella. I think that's gone in off the goalkeeper, but it is our first goal of the season. Cucurella scores it, and it's 1-0 with 47 minutes on the clock. We'll see it again. Havertz. It's lovely through but Rodrigo, but the others are a little bit behind. Rodrigo holds it up. Cucurella decides, or in fact, deflected in off of the goalkeeper. And we have a free kick now. Mason Mount. Oh, just gone wide. And I'll hold it up there for a minute. Not only was Cucurella's first goal for us for the season, it was his first goal ever in a Chelsea shirt. Highlight from the goal kick, and it's gone to James. James and Sterling losing the ball between them. Quite sure what they were doing out there. And we need to win this ball back. Kante has. Timber. Rice. Mount. Garcia. Cucurella. Rice. Threads it through for Havertz. And it caught a deflection there. Mount trying to get underneath it. Couldn't. And Southampton come away with it again. And Sterling tackles. Havertz. Not there. Sterling. Finds Rodrigo. but a good save by Bazuna. And with 66 minutes on the clock, we're making one change at this juncture in time. Declan Rice, who's getting tired, he has come off, and Enzo Fernandez has come on, looking to try and see if we can find a way through here. Well, we have a corner. Mount with the corner, swings it in, it's headed out. Fernandez, Rodrigo, Garcia, Timber, Sterling, back to Timber, Kante, Garcia, Cucurella, finds Rodrigo. Rodrigo pulls it back for Fernandez, crosses it in, and it's Mason Mount with his first goal of the season. Rodrigo has 2 assists, and we go 2 up after 78 minutes. Rodrigo pulls it back. Fernandez decided against it to Rodrigo, and Rodrigo puts it at a level for Mount. Maganan, Timber, and Kante. Sterling, who's had the ball pinched off him. Long ball forward. Timber there, though. Maganan, Cucurella. Long ball forward. I'm not sure who he was looking for Hernandez. Havertz, but he's a bit tired. Long ball goes out wide to Maranhão, and it's crossed in. It's just gone wide. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, we make our final changes. Havertz has come off. Matheus Tel has come on. He's not had a good day, Havertz. He's not really been doing the stuff. Mason Mount to come off. Dewsbury Hall makes his debut. Rodrigo has come off. And we have brought on Gabriel Barbosa, who plays on the right-hand side. Sterling switched to the left. Kante has also come off, and Kovacic comes on to replace him. That is how we finish up. I'm just wondering whether Kovacic plays better over there. Fernandez better as the ball-winning midfielder on defence. And Kovacic prefers to play as the deep-line playmaker. So that's how we will line up. And let's see how Dewsbury Hall fits into the team. And it's all over. No more highlights. But not the most comprehensive for wins, but it's a straightforward 2-0 against Southampton. Cucurella after 47, his first goal for Chelsea. Mason Mount after 77. 22 shots, 10 on target, nearly 50%. 3.14, should have had another goal. 59% of the possession. Magnan didn't have a lot to do. They had 3 shots, just the 1 on target, 0.31. 41% of the possession. It's early days, but how does the table look after one game? And I know it's early days, you can't read a lot into it. Liverpool, Manchester City still to play, along with Manchester United and Tottenham. But everybody else has played one game. Arsenal off to a real good stonker. They played the first game of the season and won it 4-0 against West Ham. We are in second at the moment on 3 points, and then Leeds on 3. Aston Villa, Brentford. As I say, you can't read a lot into it, but it's interesting to see that Sheffield United and Leeds, who both come up this season, have got off to a reasonable start. West Ham also coming up, and not looking particularly good as a first game anyway. That's first game of the season out of the way then, and we move on to the second game of the season, this time against Norwich. Norwich we played and 4 times so far this series, beat them 4 times. Today we are at Stamford Bridge and we've beat them 2-1 and 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Let's hope we can go and do the same again today. Let's have a look at the team that will face Norwich. And here is the team that will face Norwich in this Premier League, the second game of the season. News coming in is that Liverpool and Manchester City lost their first game of the season, and Manchester City had 2 players sent off. So there you go. 3 changes for today's game. The Maganan in goal. Chilwell comes in for Cucurella on the left side. Koulibaly comes in for Fofana, who is injured. Timber moves over to the right side of that central defence. James on the right. Rice and Kante continue in that defensive midfield. Fernandez comes in instead of Mount as the central midfielder Rodrigo and Sterling continue as the wide players behind Havertz, Karnasecchi, Cucurella, Mount, Tell, Garcia, Kovacic, Barbosa, Dewsbury Hall and Savic, who is back, not fully fit, but he is back, can get 45 minutes out of him. He's back and may make a little bit of a run later on in the game. And this is how the two sides face up here at Stamford Bridge, our first home game of the season. Dean Smith, still the manager of Norwich in this sphere. Trafford in goal then. Tavares, Danluque, Omebadeli, Aarons are the defensive line. Vasilidas is the defensive midfielder. Branasicini and Nunes as the central midfield. Tuzlos and Oxlade Chamberlain. Oxlade Chamberlain. Try that again. Oxlade Let's see it. Oxlade Chamberlain. Why couldn't I say that? And Patrick Bamford up front. Goodness me. Rowe, Chavez, McCallum, Paulson, Dendonka, Kuncha, Stengs, Ayer and Marmosa are on the bench. Our first highlight, 6 minutes in, Koulibaly and Rodriguez. Havertz pushes it out wide to Chilwell. Chilwell into the area. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Chilwell's back into the area again, crosses it in, and Havertz diverts it in for his 5th goal of the season. Yeah, he hasn't scored in the Premier League. That's his first goal in the Premier League, but he did score in the World Club Championships, which count, apparently, to the goals for the season. So, there you go. Chilwell, second attempt, onto the foot of Havertz. He just diverted it into the back of the net. Nunes with a free kick, and Maganan makes that his own. And he lumps that up forward. I need to have a look at the goalkeeper thing. Stop him lumping them forward, because that's going to do us some damage somewhere along the line. That's straight into the arms of Maganan. He's rolled this one out. Koulibaly for Sterling. The corner. Chilwell with the corner. Swung in, but taken off the head of Koulibaly. It's back in again. Chilwell still there. Cross it in. Oh, just over the top. Who was that? That was Declan Rice. No more highlights in this first half. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, a .80. They've had 4 shots, 3 on target. And we're not playing defensively doing particularly well then. 51% of the possession against their 49. We need to up the ante a little bit in the second half, methinks. It's not a foredrawn conclusion, albeit we are doing reasonably well. First highlight of the second half. It's a free kick just outside the area. Reece James over the free kick, and it's hit the wall, I think, and deflected off. Bamford, I think, especially. James with the corner then. It's an in-swinger. Swung in, and it's a goal. Koulibaly gets his first of the season. And we go 2 up after 49 minutes. Nice James corner. Koulibaly getting there ahead of the defender. 2-0. Corner on the other side. Chilwell swings it in. And that man Koulibaly gets his second of the season. Second of the game. 3-0 after 57 or 58 minutes. I'm not sure. 58 minutes it will be. Koulibaly again. Same 2 defenders. Not marking him well. Fernandes comes forward. He's been tackled. And the ball out, but Rice back to Koulibaly. Chilwell comes forward and crosses that ball deep. It's headed in. Kai Havertz gets his 6th of the season, 2nd of the game. 4-0 on 66 minutes. Good ball by Chilwell here. Chilwell working well today, having a great game out there. And Havertz had to work for that. And with 67 minutes on the clock, making one change. Dewsbury Hall is on for Enzo Fernandez. And we're going to make him advanced playmaker on attack. just to see if that does any good. Give him a little bit of a longer run out this time. And we're going to make some more changes with 81 minutes on the clock. Declan Rice is off for Mason Mount. Rodrigo is off, and we've brought on Mateus Tell. And we've also taken off Kante and brought on Milinkovic-Savic, who's coming back from injury. And another free kick. James with a free kick, and it's just gone wide. And we've seen the game out. No more highlights. It's 4-0 win. That's a bit more comprehensive. Koulibaly scoring 2. Havertz scoring 2. Good day at the office. 19 shots, 6 on target, 1.98. Like to have hit the target a bit more. 6 shots, 3 on target for Norwich at 0.29. 44% of the possession against our 56. Let's have a look and see what that does to the table. And I know it's still early days, but 2 games in, we are top of the Premier League. Brentford and Sheffield United tucked in behind us, both on maximum points so far. Arsenal still have to play, so they could be up there amongst us, if not knock us off the top. Manchester City beating Everton 1-0. Liverpool get their first win on the board. A 3-0 win against Leeds United. Liverpool in 7th. Manchester City down in 13th after 2 games. So, yeah, it's a bit of a topsy-turvy one. So there we go after our first 2 Premier League games of the season. We are in pole position. We need to continue to jump away at it. We're going to play West Ham, Arsenal offline, and Newcastle. We're going to come back. We're going to play West Ham, Newcastle, Everton, West Ham, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Going to come back for Liverpool and the first game in our to try and retain the Carabao Cup. 3rd round tie in that cup. The draw to be made. We'll start with the draw at the start of the next episode. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud, currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel, the best way of doing it is follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 75. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, have yourself a very good weekend. Bye-bye.